All righty, good people of Cherokee County. All right, we're glad to be back here. As of now, we got our center group up here, boys and girls. Coach Hayes, let's everybody introduce yourself. We'll start with the coaches and the kids and just go on down the line.
All right, I'm Coach Caleb Hayes. I'm the head boys coach.
I'm Coach Leah Nelson, girls coach.
I'm Carson Coley. I'm a senior guard.
I'm Emily Allen. I'm a senior and I'm a forward.
I'm Audrey Green. I'm a senior and I'm the point guard.
I'm Jaden Wilson. I'm a junior and I'm a forward.
I'm Jack Amos. I'm a junior and I'm a point guard.
What's his name? Oh, I know Jack.
Jaden Wills. What about the girls again? It's David's daughter, right?
Okay. All right. So, as again, we're very appreciative for our coaches in the county to come on out here and take some time out of their day. And girls and boys, you got something you want to shoot out with first, Dean, or you want me to go first? Or
Well, I was just going to say, what have you learned so far this season? How's everything going for y'all?
yeah.
For my group, we lost our 3 leading scorers and some key seniors, some role players. So we've been kind of searching for an identity. We've started to establish who our leading scorers are, who our leading rebounders, and starting to find out who our role players are. We've had a lot of guys move up from the JV that we've saw some good things in the summer. We didn't know how they were going to pan out on the varsity. We want to see what kind of maturity we had. And we've come off to a good start, had a good offensive identity. We're still trying to work on some defensive keys and things, but the chemistry is really good. The relationships are good, so we're growing every day.
What's the girls got going on so far, Coach Nelson?
I could pretty much say ditto to that. We've been, spending these first few games working out the kinks and building on what we did this summer and trying to find our groove pretty much. So.
Girls, what have y'all picked up so far as the season's kind of started out? You're kind of in the middle, sort of. Well, not in the middle, but
As a really short team, I would say.
Yeah.
Going up against players that are a lot taller than us.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard, but we've done really well with that.
I
Our
think you
speed
have.
makes up for it. So, yeah.
I agree.
I know her mom. She's a fireball.
Yeah, when you're smaller, you just have to be meaner.
Oh, I'm in her mom.
That's what my mom says.
Yeah. She was a great player, by the way. Yeah, you can go back and look her up on some history, Cherokee County. She was good.
Anybody else got anything? Jaden, girls?
Both of our 5 players are hurt right now, so we're even shorter. So we're having to adjust to that. But we move the ball well in transition, so we score a lot off that.
Jaden, Jack, what y'all got? For the boys, so far y'all have been playing. You've kind of adjust on the fly, and like Coach said, you're kind of learning your identity now. So what have y'all learned as of now, where you're at kind of here this part of the season?
We've learned that we got to share the ball, not be ball hogs, really. And, I really don't know.
Okay.
That's a sign of a good teacher.
Not being a ball hog.
He can learn that.
All right. What you got, Dean?
Well, now, Leah, Coach Nelson, you played at Alabama, right?
Yes,
Okay. That's good. Did you start down there?
I did.
All right. Wow. And you were 2-time state champion, right?
I was. Yes.
Okay. At center.
Yes.
Player of the year in the state. Am I
Yes.
embarrassing you yet?
I like these one-word answers.
All right. So,
These questions, I can give one.
and Caleb
word to.
started on a state championship football team. Did you guys know that?
Yes, sir.
He did.
They're acting like they did.
He did. And so y'all got 2 great coaches here. I mean, obviously y'all look up to them, but I'm sure y'all respect them a lot. Have they taught y'all a lot?
Yes, I've learned a lot from Coach Nelson, Coach Boozer, and Coach Cobb just from this year.
Guys, down there on the end, y'all are just trying to hanging out, trying to be too quiet down there. Like we're gonna get you. We're gonna get some questions.
I learned a lot from Coach Hayes. He taught me a lot of like post positions and how to like get the ball in the post. So it worked out well.
All right, Mr. Starkey, you got the floor.
Yeah, I got a question for both coaches. With Bobby Tittle coming over as principal now, he's very sports-oriented principal, and with his background and everything, how has that transition been with Mr. Tittle there now?
I love that he just comes over and he's got high expectations for us. He's got high expectations for the players. He's very involved with everything that they do in the school, outside the school. He'll just show up to practice sometimes. He's talked to our guys, and he's really brought a culture of expectations for these guys and us as coaches. And it's just great to have administrative support that, goes along with what we expect, what we want to do as a program, with facilities, with our culture expectations, and everything that we do. He's been a great leader, and really excited to have him with us.
I would definitely agree with what he said as far as the culture. I think he brings a lot of expectations, and I feel like our culture is going in the direction that it needs to be. And it's just been great having him as a principal.
Yeah, it seems like he's brought together a lot of togetherness, I think, as a staff there. And as I've been around softball some, football, and the basketball, you could tell baseball and stuff. Togetherness, not just the kids, but, the coaches. It seems that way to me, just as an outside.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mr. Mitchell?
Coach Nelson, tell us a little bit about some of the challenges you'll face in region and area play. Tell us about some of the other teams in the region.
In our area, we have consistently faced Jacksonville as one of our toughest opponents. And, that will continue to be the same this year. It's always a tough game. We've already played at Jacksonville. We're able to come away with a win there. It's a tough place to go and play. And beyond our area, the past 2 years, we've had to travel to Anniston and play. And it seems, in order to get to the regional tournament, we've got to go through Anniston. And so our cross is a tough matchup. And I think, this year that we have a really good chance to be successful against that matchup.
Same question, Coach Hayes.
Yeah, so Jacksonville, Etowah, and Asheville are our area teams, and the hype kind of coming out of the summer is Jacksonville. Everybody's been talking about them with the move-in with Cade Phillips coming from Westbrook. That was a big talk. Of course, they've already got some guys with, they've got about 8 or 9 guys that can really, really play. Very tall, very athletic, some next-level basketball players. That's kind of the team to beat in our area. And then you have Etowah, who's kind of been one of our area rivals the past couple of years. Very athletic team, gritty. They're going to be in you full court. They've had some success at 4A and 5A, so they're very tough. We had Asheville the other night, very well-coached team, play extremely hard. And then we cross, of course, with Anniston, Hanley, and White Plains, Mumford, and Cleveland County. So some really, really good basketball in our area and cross area. So, to make it out of there, if you can make it out of area, then you got a chance to make it out of region. You got a chance to make it out of state because, there's not much higher level basketball in the whole state than there is in our area and cross. So, I like it because you know where you stand. So if you win the area, then you got a chance at winning everything. So it's about getting hot at the right time. We're going to compete. We're going to play our game, and the best team is going to come out.
While you have the microphone, talk about the upcoming Invitational tournament.
Yeah, so we get to see Gainesville, Scottsboro, and Hanley. So the Hanley matchup is interesting to me because we haven't played them in basketball, and of course we'll cross with them if they come out, if we come out. So I'd like to see how we match up with them. Scottsboro, of course, they made the Final Four in 6A last year, and I know they've got a few guys that are coming back. I've watched a little bit of film on them. Very talented group. It'll be something that it'll be good to see where our program's at against a bigger school that's had some success in the playoffs. And, you know, I'm excited about those teams coming and seeing our county representing what we have to offer, and our community getting to see us compete against some good teams.
Coach Nelson?
I'm excited that we do get a chance to play Hanley. I feel like we will, again, they're a cross area team there, and I watched a little bit of film on them today, and they're a pretty physical team. And, you know, as was mentioned earlier, we're down both of our 5 players, and so our height has taken a big hit, and so that worries me a little bit coming into this game, and I feel like we're going to have to step it up and make sure that we take care of the ball and make them defend us the full court, and just do the best we can. But at least we'll get a chance to see what we're up against later on in the season.
Back to you guys.
Guys, I was going to ask, how do you motivate your players? I'm talking about, you know, if you go on a skid, 2 or 3 games, I know that's tough. How do you keep them focused and giving their best?
I usually just scream at them really loud. That's kind of my main motivational tone, you know. Sometimes it's just fixing who we got on the floor. Sometimes it's just finding the right opportunity for somebody, and sometimes it's just me getting really red-faced and seeing if I can make them mad enough to play harder.
Coach Nelson?
Yeah, that might work.
I just put them on the line, and we just run.
Run.
And we'll just run and
Just run a lot.
run and just keep running.
Girls and guys, let's say, what's your other sports that you enjoy besides basketball?
I play softball.
Yes.
I've played varsity softball since 7th grade, and I actually played it all my life, so that's the other
You
sport that
enjoy
I
that.
play.
Okay,
I'm a one-woman sport.
just basketball. Gotcha.
One woman, one sport woman.
I run cross country and track.
I do only basketball.
Just basketball?
I do football, and then I'm going to play baseball this year.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Now, what about your clubs and school stuff that you do at school besides, you know, sports? Like some clubs that you're in at school.
I'm in Leo Club, so it's like a volunteer thing. So that's really good on my resume.
Okay. What do you do? What do y'all do?
Actually, this week we did the Nettie Brown Christmas thing. They're both in it as well.
Okay.
So we go and buy gifts for kids in need.
That's great. It's good
And,
stuff.
Yeah.
Guys, what are y'all into besides, you know, some hobbies or stuff that y'all have, activities at school, clubs?
Really just like FCA. We're really involved with that in football and basketball. Like our boys, we all go usually, so that's really about it.
Now, starting back down the end with Jack, who's probably your favorite sports team? It could be football, basketball, baseball, or maybe a player of that team.
I mean, I look up to like LeBron and all them, of course, but probably right now the best player to me, I think, is Stephen Curry. So I mean, I'm gonna say Stephen Curry.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm going to say mine's probably like James Harden.
Okay.
He can score.
I don't really watch sports like that, so
No
I
favorite?
don't really have a person I look up to.
Okay. Y'all don't have a favorite hockey team?
Hockey.
What? No. Okay.
My favorite team is Alabama.
Okay. Roll Tide. I got
Roll
you.
Tide.
You're
Yes.
all right.
Dean, what you got?
Let me see here. Coaching, as far as practice, as the year goes on, does practice get easier, girls, as the year goes on?
No, you never know with Coach Nelson.
No, never know.
So it don't necessarily get easier just because you're playing games.
No, she'll put you on the line any day.
There you go. Well,
She'll run you, huh?
Oh yeah, she's not afraid to put us on the line. Definitely.
I've known coaches that didn't run kids at all. What do y'all think about that? I'm serious. None.
They better practice hard.
What about you, Coach Hayes? Does your practice, do y'all start going shorter, or do you go longer?
If you start learning more about the team as the season goes on, or
Yeah, I mean, it's really, we've kind of got the things we want to get done on a daily basis. And I'll make a schedule pretty much every day. And, we try to execute what we can to that day. And if what we get to, we get to. And if it don't get fixed in the time, then, we have to spend more time on certain things. So most of the time it's about the same. But, some days I want to get to a lot of things, and then we only spend time on a little thing because we don't ever really get to where I feel like we've executed what we need to execute. So the time limit is not necessarily a change, but as far as we get along, that kind of changes daily. So
everything's not that perfect lesson plan like teachers know. You come in with a mindset if you're going to do this, and then sometimes you can't because you get stuck on a subject and that you need to explain more to your students. And yeah, I understand.
So as long as I can keep them focused, then I feel like we learn a little bit every day and we get a little bit better every day. I feel like we're getting where we need to be.
Yes. What you got next? Let's say, who has inspired you coaches? Who are you guys inspired by? And other players maybe that you played with, or coaches that you played for, or it could be your parents,
Well, Coach Nathan Weehunt's probably the best coach I've ever had.
Well,
there
you go.
Not because he's in here or anything,
okay.
but yeah, Coach Weehunt, Todd helped out. He was a good one, but my dad, he was my.
You remember that one group we had?
Oh yeah,
one day
taught me everything I've ever learned.
Yeah, we won the state championship because of
Todd.
You remember that?
So, Coach Weehunt's right hand man, but Coach Curry was a great role model for me. The way he did things, the way he taught expectations, and every coach I've ever had. One that a lot of people mention their school coach is a guy that really kind of made me love basketball. His name's Covington. He was my youth league, and then he kind of became my AAU coach, and he picked up a lot of our center guys and took us to Gadsden, which kind of turned into us playing some travel ball with some guys from Gadsden and some different areas. He's kind of the first coach that ever really bought into me, that really taught me the game and helped me love the game, and that was second or third grade, and it lasted with me for the rest of my life. He's one that I still see him in the stands. He's got a daughter at school now, and he's one that really inspired me in this sport for sure. That I give a lot of credit to him for helping me love this game.
Coach Nelson, who's your?
I was very fortunate to play for what I feel like are some, three really good coaches. Coach Dale Welch was my coach from my 9th grade through 11th grade, and that was the end of his coaching career. And he had just started coaching girls or finished with coaching girls, and we were able to win a state championship. And the things that I learned from him have stuck with me the rest of my life. Just probably more so just not quitting, because we wanted to quit every day that we had practice with him. And just if we could just get through that practice, then and we had survived. We had done something. And of course, then my senior year, Coach Jana McGinnis was my coach.
Oh, yeah.
My senior year, and she was just 5 years older than me at the time, and so I was able to. It was a complete different going from Coach Welch to Coach McGinnis.
Oh, I can imagine. That's.
And then at Alabama, Coach Rick Moody, coached me for 5 years, and I just, had a tremendous amount of respect for him as a coach and as a person. And I feel like the three of those coaches have shaped me in my life, more than anybody.
Sure. Ladies and gentlemen, somebody that's inspired you along the way, to do better, be better.
I'd have to say definitely my parents. They've taught me everything I know, but also Coach Nelson, because, she's played at the next level. and I just really she
Sure.
inspires me.
Yeah,
Yeah, I miss Alabama over there.
Miss
She's a
Alabama.
great,
that's right.
great role model. But probably my dad.
It's good. Guys,
My mom, she pushes me to be harder every day.
she's a good one. She's a hard worker.
Probably my parents, and then Coach Kelly. He pushes me every day at workouts, so it ain't no joke.
Ain't no joke. Yes, I have been in their workouts, and if you hadn't been, they're like nobody else's. They really get after it every day. I promise you. Anything?
Coach, I was going to tell that Coach Wehunt story. He coached linebackers, and Caleb played linebacker, and we got to the very last practice before we go play in the state championship. And Nathan says, take those outside linebackers and do something with them. So I took Cole, Sterling, and Caleb, and then we just go over there and talk.
We did some hard work.
Yeah, we just went over there and talked. Hey, how you guys doing? That was our preparation for the state championship.
Well, when you're good, you know, I mean, you ain't very much you got to do. What about, let me ask you this before we go, if I can get this thing started. Just one kind of funny question before we get off. What's the guys and girls, what's y'all's pregame meals, and what music do you usually listen to before you go out to a game?
Here lately, I've been eating McDonald's before every game,
Macaroni.
and it makes me
McDonald's,
play better. I think it's just like in my head, and I listen to a lot of Moneybag.
Moneybag.
Before
all
the
right.
game.
Look it up. Hashtag Moneybag.
The past 2 games, I ate Subway and then I ate Taco Bell, so I don't have like a specific.
Okay.
I'm
Pre-game music?
whatever they
Moneybag?
play in the locker room.
Okay.
I also ate Subway and Taco Bell, and then I listened to whatever Carson's music she picks
Okay.
that game.
All right. Guys, what's your pre-game stuff? What do you like? What kind of music you be listening to in your headphones where you go out?
Probably Taco Bell or like a Sonic or something like that.
I don't eat before the game. So, and then the music is probably like NBA Youngboy or something like that.
Okay. All right, I can dig it. Mr. Mitchell, anything? Mr. Starkey? We're good? All right, guys. Cherokee County, thank you guys and girls for coming up and hanging out with us today. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Absolutely, man. We'll see y'all around for sure. Good luck to y'all.
Cedar Bluff.